It's time for the Monster Mash!
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the fans' hobby, MEGATOOth. So here we are, and there he is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right up front here, we have a nice big image of MEGATOOth. He is MEGO2, the second figure in their Master Builder line, which is basically their masterpiece line. Hey, look, logos on this side of the box. You have MEGATOOth. On the other side of the box, you have metal alloy parts and accessory, handgun, and websites and social media. On the top of the box, you have logos. On the bottom of the box, you have logos. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots. You have the movable MEGATOOth. You have forearm is equipped with sickle-shaped plates, and you have with special imprint warning. Please don't eat anything in this box. That could be very bad for you. That's basically it for the packaging. So moving right along, here we have Mr. MEGATOOth, which is Fans Hobby's take on a masterpiece Repugnus. And I will say this to all the people who complain about, oh, these third-party companies just keep putting out the same characters over and over again. Masterpiece Monster Bots. Who saw this coming? I didn't. I know I didn't. I did not at all. But here it is! Here it is, so rejoice, rejoice. It's not another Prime or Megatron, or we got Masterpiece Monster Bots now. And he's a pretty cool figure. Some aesthetic choices that I am not a fan of, but oh no, he is a pretty decent figure. So let's get in close here on that noggin. Oh, that noggin, look at that. That's a face only a mother could hate. Oh, he's just gorgeous. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Just the big green eyes right there. You do have the big mandibles right here, which are die-cast. As far as die-cast content goes, these mandibles are die-cast. The claws are die-cast, and pretty much the whole foot is die-cast. Die-cast? What? The whole foot is die-cast. The claws are die-cast. This whole section of the foot here is die-cast stuff. He has a bit of heft to him, which is nice. And you do get some nice detail here on the mandibles right there. It would have been nice if they had painted his teeth, but oh well, not the end of the world. But I would have liked that. And you can see his little arms down here. You do have some, they did brand him a lot. You can see right here it says MEGO2 on his claws. You can see some nice detailing on the claws there. You can see the chest section here. Maybe a little bit of paint would have been nice on the chest section there. And you got his big beefy legs. He didn't skip quad day, apparently. And his big claws, which again are die-cast. Very nice. And the backpack, which just consists of the robot mode arms, and I wish they had done something different with these to maybe compress them some other way, because his arms, the robot mode arms are just kind of hanging out back there, and not the biggest fan of it, but it's alright. Not the end of the world. You got the little backpack here with the brown and the black. Oh, it's pretty nice. And yeah, now articulation-wise, his head can rotate. His head is on a ball joint, and the one thing I don't like about his head is that this backpack section is attached to his head. So if you leave the backpack where it is, that's pretty much all the side-to-side you're going to get. If you want to rotate it any more, then you have to kind of raise this up, and that has to swing with it. Which, okay, but I'm not the biggest fan of that. You know, I don't get this whole thing. Just, you know, I mean, you can call it a ponytail. He has a ponytail. That's all. It's a ponytail. He's just a ponytail. He's just a weird, buggy monster thing with a ponytail. There you go. Justified. It's justified now. But you do get some wiggly waggly movement. Again, you get some up and down. The mouth can open pretty wide. Those mandibles can open and close. Not too far, but they have some movements. Arms can rotate. They can do a full 360, although they will kind of get in the way of all this stuff back here, but they can do a full 360. You can go out that far. You have two joints here. You have a hinge here and a hinge here. You can bend it in here, bend it in there. So it does have basically a double jointed elbow going on there. The claws can open and close. He does have a waist swivel due to transformation. He does have kind of an ab crunch thing going on here. Legs can go forward, that far, can go back, that far, outward, that far. You do get a thigh swivel in there. And you have a ratcheted knee joint, which goes under 90 degrees right there. And you also have a hinge right here. So you can move the foot forward and back right there. And the foot itself is on a ball joint. So you have upward movement, some downward movement, and you also get some tilt. And you got a toe joint there. Doesn't move down, but you can move it up that far. So there you have his buggy posability right there. He does include a weapon. I'm trying to get him situated here again. There we go. He does include a weapon. He does have his gun right here. Just cast in a off-white plastic. Some detail to it. Not much. There you go. You have the kind of visible screws right there, which are a bit of an eyesore, but oh well. So you have his gun. There's nowhere to store it that I have found in his bug mode. I haven't really found any way to store this anywhere. I don't know. There you go. Store it under the back of his head. I don't know. Why not? Dare I say why not? I don't know. Stick it there. I don't know. We'll just say this doesn't store in his monster mode there. But there you go. And just for a comparison, so you can see just how big this guy is. Here he is with MP10, and you can see he is quite a large buggy monster thing. Yes, he is. Very, very large buggy monster thing. And that's the technical term, by the way. He is a buggy monster thing. I know. Look it up. It's science. It's science. Anyway. So there you have that. So let's get down to transformation, shall we? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off with the legs. So just straighten the legs out, right there. And then you just take the foot, and you rotate it around. You take the claws, you bring them up. And then you take this section right here, and it's on a slider, and you just slide it down. It does have a locking point, which is quite stiff on mine anyway. Come on. Wow. I'm not exaggerating. This is really stiff. Come on. There we go. Jeez, that is really stiff. That was not like that before. But anyway, you want to slide it down, and you can see right here, there's a tab that's going to go into that little notch right there. So just make sure you have everything lined up, and just push it the rest of the way down, and it will lock into place. Let's get that around. Get in the notch. Get in your home. That's your home. And there you go. And there you have a leg all done. Same thing on the other side. Just straighten the leg out. Rotate. Bring that up. Slide this down. There we go. That one was a lot nicer to me. And again, you just want to make sure that that tab goes into that notch right there. And, oops, come on. There we go. There we go, it's locked into place. And there you guys, legs all done. So now we will move on to the upper body. You want to come up here to his head, and there is a panel right here that you want to flip up. And then you're going to take this whole assembly right here and just bring this up and collapse this down like that. And that's how all that sits. And once you've done that, we can now take this entire chest assembly here and just pivot that up. Actually, you don't want to do that yet. No. Before we do that, you want to bring the monster arms straight forward, like that. And then you want to take the robot mode arms and swing them forward. And you have a post that'll go into that port right there. Just lock that in. And lock that in right there. And now we have the clearance to rotate this whole assembly up right there. So there you have that. And once you've done that, you want to take these assemblies right here and rotate them down. Bring everything to the forefront, like so. You can bring his head up now. And for the claws, you just want to fold them in like that, and then take this section here and push that in like that, and then you have a tab right here and a slot right there, so just bend that in, tab that in, and we form the chest piece. So just flip the claws in, compress the arm, fill that in, and make sure you get everything lined up there. And there you go. And now for the arms, you just extend them down, rotate them at the bicep swivel, open up this panel right here, flip out his hand, close it back up. There you go. Second row, same as the first. Bring it down, rotate, open, flip out the hand, close that up. You can do whatever you want with the little mandibles here, angle them how you want. But we are basically done. Yes, we're done. Woo, we're done. And there we have Mr. Megatooth in his robot mode. And he is big and beefy and big and beefy. And he did not skip chest day. He did not skip chest day or arm day or leg day, but he did skip ab day because his waist is really thin in relation to the rest of his body. I wish there was some way to bulk out his midsection a bit, because that does look quite off there proportion wise. I'm not the biggest fan of, but let's get in close here on his head sculpt. It is a nice head sculpt, as you can see, done in yellow with the black, nice bright blue eyes, and a nice head sculpt. And you got his big chest here. He's like 90% chest. And you got some detailing there in the arms. The camera will focus. There you go. Got some detailing there on the arms. There. You got some white paint apps there on the forearms, along with some nice black details picked out. It does say MEGATOOth on his crotch. That's right. They branded his crotch. And it does say Monster on his thighs and MEGATOOth on his thighs. So a lot of branding. And also Fans Hobby. Why did they put their name on the toy? I don't know, but it says Fans Hobby on his knees. And on his foot here, it says Master Builder. And he has some details on the inner leg there, picked out in black. And there you go. Now, articulation-wise, his head is on a ball joint, so you do have some wiggly-waggly movement. He can look up a little bit, he can look down quite a bit. If you use a transformation joint, he can look all the way down into his own chest. The arms can do a full 360 on a nice ratchet, in and outward movement. You do have a bicep swivel, you have a double jointed elbow. So you get a nice full range of movement there. The wrists do swivel, the hands open and close. The index finger is a separate piece, which has two hinges right there and right there. So you can kind of do that. You know, again, you can't get a full point. You get kind of that lazy point going on there. That, you know, moving furniture point, like, just put it around there somewhere. You know. You do have this movement here in his wrist, which I am not a fan of. I wish there was something that would lock that in place so you don't have that movement going on there, because it's just kind of, I don't know, that bugs me a little bit. So you have that. He does have a ratcheting waist swivel. You do have an ab crunch due to transformation. Legs can go forward, that far, backward, that far, outward. Almost a full splits. Thigh swivel. In robot mode, he does have a double jointed knee. And if you move the claws out of the way here, you can get a nice deep bend there out to the knee. And the feet are on a ball joint. You can move them up a little bit. You can move them down. And you do get a bit of tilt there. Due to the shape of all this, you know, it does limit how much tilt you get out of the foot, though. Well, there you go. So there you have the articulation. Get them all squared away here. Get you all situated, Mr. Megatooth. There you go. And of course he can hold his gun, which works via the little T-tab there on the back of the handle and the slot there at the base of the palm. So you just take the gun and you just slide it down like that. And that's a nice, dead solid grip. Again, I love that method for holding weapons. I think it works very, very well. And like I said, when I reviewed Arch Enemy, you know, I'm very happy to see more companies employing that method of holding weapons. I just really like it. I think it works really well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for MEGATOOTH. Now for comparison! Here he is again with MP10. So you can see how he scales there with the Triple B, the big boss bots. You can see he's a little bit shorter at the head than Prime. So you have that. And here he is with Fans Hobbies Scourge, or as they call him, Arch Enemy. You can see he's a bit shorter than Arch Enemy. And yeah, so there you go. There you have MEGATOOTH, Masterpiece Monster Bots. Who saw this coming? Not me. Not me. But he's a cool figure. You know, my aesthetic nitpicks aside, like I don't like how thin his waist is in relation to the rest of his body. I don't like the, you know, like all the branding on him, like his name on his crotch and Monster and MEGATOOTH and Fans Hobby, and you know, I don't care for all the branding they put on the toy. You know, that I don't care much for. I wish the robot mode arms kind of compressed and tucked away a little bit neater in monster mode. He does have a big backpack, but you know, I don't care about backpacks. But you know, my aesthetic nitpicks aside, quality-wise, very well done figure. Just nice, solid, sturdy construction. I mean, these guys, you know, him and Arch Enemy, I mean, they feel solid, they feel sturdy. Like, these things feel like they could take a beating, you know, and, you know, that's definitely something you want out of your toys. You know, nothing feels flimsy, nothing feels fragile. You never feel like, oh, I better be careful with this, it might break. Like, none of that. With this, you know, these guys, you know, this guy and Arch Enemy, like, you can manhandle them and they could take it, and that's good. That's a good thing. I mean, I think third-party companies need to look to making their figures more like this, and you know, not rely so much on these little thin things and parts that you might break and you have to be careful with. You know, you have to keep in mind that, you know, people want to play with these and mess with these, so making them with really thin, fragile parts is not really the way to go. Sometimes it's okay to make them big and chunky, and, you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing. May not vibe with everyone, but it's not a bad thing either. But all in all, though, you know, I'm quite pleased with what this company's putting out. Like I said, they're making nice, solid, sturdy figures, and I'm definitely enjoying them and looking forward to what else they put out in the future. So there you go. So if you would like a MEGATOOTH or any of Fans Hobbies' other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description down below, so check that out. You can also check out my third-party Transformers playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGames, check out Lori Plant, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say, so there is the Fans Hobby MEGATOOTH, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face! Prime? What's this?
Oh, that's Repugnus. He's going to be joining us on this mission. Now, Repugnus, this mission is of the utmost importance, and I need you on your best behavior. Now, Bumblebee will be joining you. Bumblebee, I want you to. Bumblebee? 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 Ah! What?